In this section, we're going to run through the construction of the mannequin. Everything you see in front of you is what you get in the kit. You're going to find you have a stitched up mannequin shape. Your core or stuffing is in the little packet here. A log slice which has been pre-drilled for you. The card bases for the mannequin. A 9mm wooden dowel and a little brass olive. Also included in the kit is the pattern, so you can recreate this yourself in different fabrics or whatever you want to do. So everything is there for you to make this one here. With regards to tools, really the only thing you're going to need is a hot glue gun for gluing the base into the mannequin. You may want to use a little wood glue or tacky glue in the bottom here for the stick. That's entirely optional again, but we'll cover all of that once we get into the construction process. So let's get on with constructing our mannequin. The first thing we're going to do to get our mannequin ready is just pop your hand up inside and just make sure that all of your seams around the shoulder and the bust line and the back are just pushed out. You can use your stick, just get it up in there and just run it around your seams to make sure that it's all nice and pushed out. So this is the mannequin shape. You'll notice that you've got these kind of bits that come in. This is the front. The back is sort of straighter. The first thing I'm going to do is secure the dowel in, and the way that we do this is push the dowel right up into the neck, like so. Then you've got this little brass decorative top, and let me get a close up here. What I want you to do is just pinch the dowel back ever so slightly so it's not right jammed up in the end. That will enable this olive to fit on a little bit better. And then just push it nice and securely, and you can see it's right up in the top there, and that's now quite secure. It's not really going to go anywhere. That compression fit on the end is going to hold this mannequin and hold that stick in place. The next thing we're going to do is to start stuffing. In order to start stuffing, you don't want to be doing this with large sort of handfuls of stuffing. You want to just use little bits, and to start with, to get right up here into the neck, you just want a little bit, and carefully what I do is I take the mannequin shape and turn it inside out, being careful not to pull too hard, otherwise you might pop that olive off. And then I like to wrap a little bit of the core wall just around there, and push that right up in and bring the whole thing sort of down a little bit further. Keep this bit turned back for now whilst we just sort of stuff the top, and then we'll work our way down. And all we are going to do now is stuff little bits, not too much, not great big handfuls, just little bits. Concentrate on this sort of area up here and make sure that you stuff front, back and sides around that rod. It may even be prudent to get another stick to help you stuff, but doing it this way seems to work okay. So take your time. Just pull bits off and stuff it in. This is the front here. Pay particular attention to little indentations and just really pack it quite tightly. Get right into those shoulders. And then stop, have a look, you know, make sure you're not creating a hunchback. That wants to be slightly curved but quite flat. You want all of the kind of curvature coming out the front there for the bust line. So I've got a bit of a, missed a bit there, so sometimes it's better just to pull it out and go back in. Just take your time with this, because this is going to form the base shape off of the project that you're going to create. So you want this base shape to be as good as you can get it. There we go. Right. I might speed this up a little once I've got this part done. Sitting through watching me just stuff this thing might be a little monotonous. But stuff it well. Make sure that you are. See, I'm still not happy with this bit up here. So I am going to pull this out of the front and just take a little bit and really get it right up into that neck. That's a bit better. You can stuff this as compact or as loose as you like. For most of the projects that we have for the mannequin, you're going to want to really stuff this, because you're going to be pinning and gluing and all sorts. So really spend the time just getting it packed right out. So there we go, you can see that's starting to take shape now. Just check your stick is coming down the middle. It's going to be slightly nearer the back, but you want it coming down straight. You don't want to stuff your mannequins, your sticks coming out like this. And make sure it's nice and central. And then as you come down, just roll this. They've got a little bit of a do it in the shoulder there, so I'm just going to push them all right up in. I can't stress enough how taking your time over this is going to save you a lot of problems later on if you've got a good base to work from. It's going to make producing your project so much nicer. I'm just working around the waistline now, so pulling off little bits, working round. You can see I'm getting it quite compact in there. And take the whole thing and just go back in and have another look, all sides, all angles. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And you want to stuff it until you're about, I don't know, what is that, about a centimetre or 15 mil from the bottom, because this is going to tuck under. So let's just get the rest of this done. This part's the easy part. It's the bust line that generally is a bit tricky, getting those shoulders nicely padded out. Just work round, push it up, but again, don't stuff too much too quickly. There we go. Make sure your stick is still nice and central. Once you get down here, it is going to look like it's going to pop out the bottom, but you want to carry on stuffing it. It will spring back a little, but be persistent. This is really getting quite full now. Just really push that up in there. I think that is almost it. If you've purchased the kit, there should be enough core wool in there to stuff it. Very, very compact. So there we go. Okay, there we go, nicely stuffed. Now we're going to put the base in. I want to quickly just cover how we're going to do this, and then we're going to plug in the hot glue gun. In the kit, you've got about 5 of these card bases, and what these will do is 4 of them will form a nice base to keep all your stuffing in. Then what we're going to do is fold in and glue the edge of the mannequin fabric, and then the final one, this 5th one, will slide up and form a nice kind of sandwich to hide the glued ends. This template is also on the pattern that comes in the kit, so you've got the size there as well. So we're going to take 4 of these. This is cut from 350 gram or 350 GSM white cardstock, and you could cut this from foam core to give you a little bit a single sort of thickness. This is the way that we've chosen to do it for now. Slide these on, which should be a good fit, and then slide it up until it meets the bottom of the mannequin. Then tuck all your extra fluff in and just push it up past that end. Let's get the fabric. You see it's just tucked in there. Just push it up a little bit. And this is when you can really sort of see you've got a good firm stuffing. So there we go, you can see inside there it's just sort of set back about 15, almost 20 mil, 1 or 2 centimeters, because you want a good kind of overlap like this. This is how we're going to stick. Just pull this in round. You may wish to do this another way. I hot glue, and fair warning, I've never hot glued anything, I don't think, on camera, so this is all likely to go horribly wrong. But in principle, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be folding this around and gluing it to the inside of this card, and you should have one of these left over. So with that, I'm going to go and plug in the hot glue gun, and we're going to come back and glue this in place. Okay, so my glue gun is nice and oozy and is leaking everywhere. And I'm going to attempt to do this without burning myself. So pick a point, it really doesn't matter. The idea is that we are going to glue a bit, hold it in, glue the next bit, tuck it over, tuck it over, tuck it over, and work our way around this. So here we go. Obviously, if you are using a hot glue gun, do be careful. These things are very, very hot, so fingers in peril. So there we go, first bit done. So just little bits at a time. Don't glue yourself. And the next bit. I think the trick is to not use too much glue, and just do it in small increments. So I'm just going to put a little bit more on there. There we go. Hot glue and fluff, great combination. And don't worry about the stringy bits, we will sort those out later. Obviously, one thing to keep in mind is to make sure that your card base is flat before you start doing this. You don't want it on the wonky angle. So a little bit more glue. Where you get these overlaps of fabric, you might just want to go in just with a touch and glue the fabric to itself as well as the card. I don't want to say it's all going very well because I'm likely to jinx it, but just take your time with it. Perhaps doesn't make for riveting video, but your fingers will thank you. I do apologise if any of this has gone kind of a bit wonky on camera. I am ultimately looking at what I'm doing, not at where my hands are. But you can see, I hope. There we go, last little bit. fold it over, just hold it for a few seconds, let the glue set. It's going to pop a little bit in there. And then a little bit on the other side here. You may wish to use other glue. I honestly wouldn't know what else could be used. I've only used hot glue with it. But there we go. Sticks in the middle. The card will see to that. Pull off any strings. There we go. That's glued. So what we're going to do now is grab the single card that we had left. This is then going to get glued into place pretty much the same way. So you could also swap this out for a nice piece of decorative card maybe. It really depends what you're going to do. This isn't seen, so unless you're planning to use it plain. So make sure that it's squared up, if an oval can be square, with your card base that you've already got in there, like so. And then just pull it back, bit of hot glue, and hold it in place. And we're going to work around this exactly the same way as we did the fabric. There we go. You don't need much glue. You don't want it oozing out the sides. I like to glue it just slightly and not right on the edge. There you go, almost there. Can really feel the heat of that glue through the card as well. So last bit. There, I think. Let's see. I could probably do with a little more in there. So there are lots of ways to finish this off. It's a nice versatile thing about these is you can do them however you want. Okay, that was relatively successful, I think. So I'm going to clear this up, turn the glue gun off, and then we're going to finally put the mannequin in its base and have it all assembled. Grab your log slice, and if you've got the kit for this, it's already pre-drilled for you. You may want to use some tacky glue. I generally find that they're drilled quite snugly, so you can get a good compression fit, and that's generally not going anywhere. There we have it. The mannequin is done. It's very quick and very simple, but obviously something like this just opens up a whole world of possibilities of projects. You know, you could make one just in decorative fabric, have it as a jewellery stand. You could use it to create various products, knitted, crocheted textiles, felting. We've got a lot of project packs for creating some absolutely stunning projects off of these mannequin bases, and more will be coming. So there you go, there's the mannequin. That's how easy it is to assemble it. And like I said, in the pack, in the kit, you get the patterns as well, so you're going to have everything that you need. With regards to the pattern, if you make anything using the pattern, you can of course make as many as you like. You can sell them. I don't have a problem with that at all. You don't have to ask me for permission. The only thing that I do ask is that you don't copy, reproduce my paper pattern and sell that. But you can make whatever you want from it. You can use them in workshops. You can have at it. I would love to see some of your creations. So that's the mannequin, all done and ready to be adorned with whatever fancifuls we're going to create. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I do wish you all a very crafty day.